What's up, guys? Thaddeus Swift here from Swift Productions. Man, that throws me off. I've gone by Thad for my entire life, for 20 years, so working on switching that. I gotta get used to that. But anyway, today I basically wanted to go through a little video, kind of a breakdown. Like, I'm gonna title it breakdown, but it's not gonna be anything crazy in depth. But I thought it'd be something fun to do. Go through, talk about the behind the scenes a little bit of the video, and I figured I'd start with this one, obviously from Quadeca. We just shot it, and I think there's some fun little behind the scenes stuff that happened in it that obviously you wouldn't hear unless you were there. And then obviously I will explain some of the editing and little things of that sort. So I figured it would just be a fun thing to go through and maybe start a little series with this. Basically, just to preface this entire video, we had a whole video planned out, and he was coming down here just for the day for us to shoot this. Basically, it rained. I don't know, like, for everyone who's in LA, no, it's been raining a ton. The day that we happened to be shooting, it started raining. Now, I don't think it was supposed to rain. I mean, I think we figured that out the night before, which is great. What we ended up doing was we had to scrap all the plans we originally had, and we pretty much just freestyled it, drove around, found whatever places we could shoot while it was raining. But it was literally just me and him the whole day, so we kind of had to make it work. We will just jump right into it. We're using Windows Media Player because the other one pops up a little thing whenever I play it. So we will work with this and see how it goes. So yeah, Quadeca just dropped his new album, so if you haven't checked it out, be sure to do that. So pretty much all B-roll you're gonna see in here, like all this stuff, is all handheld, which I think some of it's obvious that it's handheld. Some of it I think I hid well. Like that shot was handheld right here too. I think a lot of shots that I do that I kind of simulate Steadicam looking things just with slow motion, warp stabilizer, and just optimizing it that way. Something I wanted to talk about was the clip actually you're seeing right here. I don't think it was super noticed the stuff I did in the background. There's just a lot of blend mode stuff I did and some masking to where you can't really tell, but the background's actually like expanding. I don't know, I watched some reaction channels who went over this video, and I don't think anyone ever pointed it out. Some things are subtle, but that's kind of how I meant it to be, which is a lot of my effects. Moving on. This shot here, obviously we shot on Steadicam. Most of the video was shot handheld. I think it was just here was Steadicam. We did Steadicam for the wide, and then we did a tight shot here, and then everything else is handheld pretty much. And so this was the LAX parking garage. A lot of people are asking about some of the effects on here and stuff. Honestly, a lot of it's really simple. I'm not a super heavy effects guy. Like, a lot of it's just blend mode stuff, and I think that there's a lot of built-in stuff inside Premiere you can really get creative with that people don't use. Not that it's super unique, but I can get some fun styles with it. Obviously, you guys like this shot, for instance. Like, is handheld, obviously, and I shot like a slow. I kind of went through and did like a little slow motion take for each location, and I really like. I mean, obviously, if you guys watch my videos, you've probably seen I do a lot of the post zooms. Like zooms in post. Everything that you can do in camera is better, but for stuff like that, I think it helps. Also, on these kind of shots, I don't think I did. Actually, no, I did in this one. So shots like these where I am physically doing a push-in with a Steadicam, I'm also actually in post adding a little bit of zoom, and it just kind of intensifies the movement. And that shot's not super obvious, but it does add a little bit, just kind of makes it a little more dynamic. Yeah, and then I did, like I said, I did a bunch of slow-mo for each. And this is like a very quick shooting style. Kind of what we did is we basically just shoot a slow motion take where we just go through the song and I just grab a bunch of different clips, and that's just a way we were able to move quickly while we shot this. And I definitely loved the motivation of the shot. Obviously was the leading lines here and here, just all the pillars and everything like that. I specifically knew as soon as I saw that little alleyway it would have been really cool. And this is at a parking garage in LAX. It was the closest one that I knew we could shoot at because I've shot there before, but it was on top, and just for Raji's video, so we ended up shooting inside here, just super close. So yeah, that's I really like the angled shots here, just playing with the leading lines. I knew that the angles would be cool, so that was all just Steadicam movement on that. Let the computer catch up. A little slow. And then the traffic thing, I probably should talk about that too. So the thing is, we actually were on our way to the third location we were going to go to shoot at, and basically we got stuck in traffic. Now, there was a huge wreck right in front of us. We couldn't move at all. We were there for probably 40 minutes at least. We were in there for about 20 minutes, and we were just like, okay. We were joking about it. We were like, what if we just got out and filmed the take? And we're like, nah, that's like, we're not going to actually do it. And then it got later and later, and we were like, oh, we're kind of running out of time. Like, we were running out of light because we also had to get him back on his plane. I think he had to leave. His plane left at like 8, so we had to leave. We had to make sure he was back at his house by like 6:30. Like, it was, yeah, so it was very, very rushed. We ended up just getting out of the car, and we were just like, screw it. We got like 2 takes. We ran around in between the cars, and everyone, of course, was watching us and everything. But everyone was just filming us and stuff. It was funny. Everyone was so bored. I'm sure it was probably entertaining for them. Once it catches up here. So yeah, like I said, a lot of these shots, like editing, or a lot of the edits at least, are just kind of blend mode stuff. And then a shout out to Jake though. If you guys follow my Instagram, you know who Jake is. Let me go back. That's Jake. Jacob Clark. He's a photographer. He's insane. Make sure you go follow him. I'll throw his IG up there. But he happened to come with me at the end of the shoot. Yeah, I know a lot of people ask me about the like the doubling, basically where like that. It's really just like luma key, like out the sky, because it's super white. It was just completely blown out, so it's really easy to just like overlay stuff there. There's not the like cleanest key here. I didn't do a lot of like matte cleanup, and like this video is extremely rushed as well. Like we shot it in a very short amount of time, and then I edited the whole video in a couple days. It was very, very rushed. So there's a lot of polish that I didn't get to do, but I actually kind of like the style that it came with. Though this whole video is just very spontaneous, and I think that was what made it fun. Because like what I used to do with a lot of my videos back in like Kansas and stuff, this is the kind of stuff we do. We just run around and shoot random stuff, throw it together, and this was all freestyle. We didn't shoot at one of the locations I had planned on originally because we really couldn't. So yeah, we did a little close-up Steadicam shot as well with some parallaxing movement. Yeah, and these train tracks here too were right next to train tracks were right next to, so in here as well, we're right next to it's like an abandoned mall. We tried to go shoot in there. The front gates were wide open, and we were just like, oh, cool, whatever. We just drove in. We were in there for like 5 minutes. I was just about to start setting up my camera, and then a security guard rolls up and just goes, what are you guys doing here? And I said, we're just filming. And in the calmest voice I've ever heard, he goes, okay, well, if you don't leave right now, I'm going to call the police. And we were just like, okay. It was just weird how calm he was. But yeah, we ended up shooting on the outside anyway. We came back later. Not suggesting to do illegal activities though, children. We did a bunch of shots just kind of to play on words for the song. Your door like a white neighbor. I thought that was funny. And we did a little car scene right here. The dealership people, they saw us and they were just like, oh, you gotta make us famous? It was funny. Also, those are my glasses. I mean, obviously you can probably tell. But it's kind of funny. He's like, hey, well, let me wear your glasses for this scene, the car salesman dude, so there you go. A little cut back and forth on that too. Those are some super last minute shots. In case you guessed, those were super last minute shots we had to grab before we left. We were just running out of time and light. So something this shot reminds me of right here. A lot of people ask me about this. So like when using, when focusing and stuff on a Steadicam, because you can't. Reddit does not.
Does it feel good?
because red cameras don't have autofocus, so you kind of have to pick a distance. Now most people will just shoot it like f5.6 or above f8 or whatever, so they can get everything in focus. I just kind of hold my distance, and like in this case I kind of pushed it into focus. I think I was shooting at f3.5 ish there. A lot of times though, when I'm just holding distance and I'm doing movement with the artist, I'll a lot of times just hold like f2.8 or even lower. That takes a lot of practice to really get good at just holding your distance. But once you do, you can actually, you know, have shallow depth of field while doing Steadicam with no focus pullers, because I usually don't have someone to pull focus for me in most of my shoots. A lot of them, like these ones especially, that are very run and gun. We'll go back a little bit. Yeah, you can kind of see. The shot was funny. Like you can kind of see the dude there. They were. Oh lord, I missed it. Everything's tiny because this is 4K on this screen. But like these guys are they were just watching. Everyone was just staring at us. It was funny. We were just running through the cars and everything. It was a fun time. Not like that shot there, the pullback the whole time. I like to kind of make like shots like this, for instance. It's much longer and slower cut, and you know, it kind of gives you that feeling of you know, it's the end of the video, and as we back up, obviously we're like going away from it. Now, as I spoke on earlier, I did add in post movement to intensify this move. Very small amount. It was like probably 5. So like you go at 105 on the scale, and then you just put it back to 100 normally on the end, and it basically just adds a little bit more. It just adds a little bit more to the zoom itself. So I didn't go super in depth on this one, and I just kind of wanted to try it out and to see the response. If this is something you guys are interested in me doing more, I can start making more of these videos and go a little more in depth and actually, you know, explain things. Just let me know what you guys want to see. I have a lot of big projects coming up that I'm working on that will have a lot more technicalities that we can go over in the future. This video already has like 1.2 million views on it, and it hit 1 million in like 2 or 3 days. So it did really good. Obviously, go watch this video if you haven't already seen it, and you don't have to worry about me skipping through it and all that, and it'll look a lot better. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.